As is always the case in these finishing stages, my mind turns to refinement, the refinement of edges, the refinement of shapes. Um, Ultimately, I am coming to the conclusions about all the hypotheses that I have had up until this point. Now, that's both like kind of a scary thing, but also a kind of blessing in the sense that if I have planned well and I have imagined things into the future very well, I'll have the opportunity to kind of reap the benefit of that. Um, of course, it's possible that I reap as well, maybe something other than a benefit. I reap something that was related to maybe a poor choice that I took earlier, or something technique-wise that I did not attend to. Um, but I feel like in this drawing in particular, I'm quite well prepared to address either of those eventualities. I'm going to be really quite certain that I have all of my pencils sharpened very well, that I have all the necessary equipment, which is to say that I've got my mall stick, I have my 2H pencils, I've got my 4B pencils. Everything's kind of ready, and I can just address from moment to moment a concern that I find here or there that relates to the kind of finishing of the drawing. Um, I'm not going to be taking too many kind of steps back in order to take a step forward. Hopefully, everything that I do is just building on top of an already kind of sound structure that I have underneath. Um, there are really, in this instance, so many holes in the paper to fill in that I would be remiss in not kind of mentioning that this is really a big part of what finishing is. It's just making sure that my technique is kind of up to a plateau that kind of allows the portrait itself, the psychology of the portrait, to kind of stand on top of that. Um, if the thing that somebody would notice first about my drawing would be that the technique was flawed or the technique was insufficient, of course that's going to have a major impact on how they're able to appreciate the artistic characteristics and artistic qualities of the drawing, right? Everything that I kind of was inspired to try to recreate in this drawing needs to be at the forefront. And so this is why my focus in this moment returns so much to technique, is that I don't want to be kind of subverted in a way by something there not reaching its fullest potential. Of course, it wouldn't be a good advice about drawing and painting if we didn't talk about the other side of the coin as well, which is to say that if I overdo the technique, if I make all of the shapes too soft and too perfect and all of the values too even and too flat, I'm also going to create a sense in a drawing that I'm not necessarily after. Everything, of course, being about harmony, I want to ensure that I create that sense of balance and that I'm sensitive while I'm working to where I'm at in that context. So this kind of fog of value back here, I wanted to use to bring forward the chest and the shoulders of the model a little bit. Um, and I'm trying to decide, trying to feel out whether I want to erase away to bring the light of the shoulder forward, or I want to use a kind of a contour line through here to kind of set up a boundary of the shoulder. Um, I think what I risk to do if I get this wrong is to draw a lot of attention over into this corner, whereas really there's a kind of long vertical kind of central zone in the drawing that I feel like has probably the most necessity to be seen. Um, and I worry, I'm concerned a little bit that again, too much happening here from a linear perspective will take a little bit away from what's actually happening in the portrait. So I'm going to start, I think, by actually trying to erase away and create a contour a little bit in reverse.